All right, welcome to second episode of the First Rate Fiction podcast. Got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. The theme of today is what we're looking forward to for 2015.
Yeah, and this is going to be like mainly media oriented,
Right.
but, you know, going to talk about movies, some games, YouTube,
Yep.
and some things you can look forward to from this podcast and from our YouTube channel.
Yep.
So
The stuff we know.
the stuff that maybe has possibly been in production for like 2 years and might be coming
Yep.
out sometime this year. Anyway, so just to start off with some movies, 2015 is looking to be a big year, and I'm not pretending like this is going to be an exclusive list. But personally, I'm really looking forward to Star Wars.
Oh yeah, I
At least
think
Who
I
isn't?
think most of the world is. Yeah, I think it'd be strange to say that you didn't know that was coming. I think everyone
Yeah,
is
I
kind
think
of
it's
looking
on
forward to that.
everybody's radar,
Yeah,
and I'm thinking it's going to break some records as far as like box office return and everything. But
this being the only movie this year that I'm looking forward to. I mean specifically, I do think that because it's Star Wars, my mindset going into this is don't expect anything.
yeah,
Because
especially with past experience,
right, I do tend to, I think, enjoy things more when I don't have
Yeah,
expectations going
I
into
think
the
that's
movie.
completely fair to say.
I mean, I wasn't gonna watch the teaser for it. I was like, I know it came out, don't care. I'm just gonna ignore it. Wait until we're closer to the movie and watch it, and then I failed and watched it anyway.
So, yeah.
But it was a pretty good teaser. It wasn't that bad. I can accept it. But that is my mindset is to avoid having expectations before the movie comes out.
I think that's, like you said, I think that's a valid approach to any film because, you know, what things rarely can live up to are high expectations for them. That's not necessarily a cynical statement, but
Right.
like just it's factual.
But I mean, besides that, I am excited.
Yeah, and I mean, I could do a whole podcast on my thoughts about Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
I thought the teaser was very interesting and had some very interesting tonal things that I wasn't expecting, and we could talk about how JJ blah blah blah, but we'll save that for maybe another episode.
Yeah.
Another film was The Avengers.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I mean, how could you have not heard about this?
yeah,
That was kind of the thing. I've already talked about how I feel about Marvel stuff, but
Marvel madness.
it was hard to not hear about the Avengers, and it wasn't even officially announced.
Mm-hmm.
It was the leaked trailer, and I heard about it.
Yeah,
That's all it took.
and yeah, I think it's like the fact that the trailer was leaked is
Mm.
something to be talked about, and
Yeah.
we'll do a future episode about leaks and
Oh, yeah.
how it's changing.
Got a lot to say about that.
Leaks and how the leak and spoiler culture, how the mystery box idea, how that's changing the way that we consume media, and how that's changing the way the industry works. But for now, I think I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see if the Avengers can match the success of the first. If it's going to be as funny, if it's going to like what kind of tone it's going to have, because it looks a lot darker, honestly, from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
So there's another thing, big movie event to look forward to. One that I'm personally looking forward to is Mad Max.
I didn't know this was coming out until you said that. I think I was vaguely aware, but
Yeah, the trailer, like the aesthetic of Mad Max, the
did I
old.
see the trailer? I don't
I
know.
don't know. It's like, it just is Mad Max.
All right.
I just feel it. And I mean, I've only seen Road Warrior recently, but ever since I was a little kid, personal story. Ever since I was a little kid, if I ever played any like sort of game where I needed like a gamer name or, you know, like even like website aliases, you know, for you gotta like have a username, like Mad Max was a huge part of me growing up.
Nice. Yep.
And I'd never even seen them, but it was just like I like that idea, Mad Max.
Right.
It's very potent. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, seeing if they can kind of recapture some of the magic.
I'll say with
originals.
movies, I am kind of excited to see if anything surprising comes up this year. Just
Like the
because-
Lego movie. of
Right,
last
exactly.
year, or-
To see if anything comes out that I don't know is coming out, but comes out and it's like, wow, it's really cool.
Mhm.
I will be excited to see that.
Or even like the success of Guardians. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always something interesting to track and look forward to. It's really hard to predict, especially if
Right.
you don't have your thumb on everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right. So, games in 2015. I think we have a pretty big year to look forward to, game-wise. I'm not going to go into huge detail with the amount of games because, I mean, like everything, there's a million things to look forward to this year. But some key points, being a largely Nintendo gamer, Zelda,
there you go. That's a fight. Well, that's huge
that'll be
for
a big
anything.
one. Oh yeah,
Anything.
like it doesn't matter if you're not a Nintendo gamer. You've probably heard of it.
You know
probably know it's coming this
You
year.
don't have to be a gamer. You don't have to be anything, and you know
Oh,
what
yeah.
Zelda is.
And I'm not saying, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying everyone has to be into it. I'm into it. I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely gonna.
I've heard
It's definitely gonna be a thing.
It's supposed to be open world or something like
It
that.
is supposed to be open world.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Star Fox has now been announced to be coming out before Zelda this year. I'm interested to see what time that comes out because it's weird. We have not seen anything about it, but that's coming out this year. That'll be interesting.
Do games have like a month or? Because movies like it's May,
Right.
it's July, it's November and December, April.
Usually it's because of the whole holiday
Mhm.
thing. Usually that's when the bigger ones come out.
Okay.
Typically for the bigger games, it's it's after E3, after they've been announced, after the big hype comes out. I think. I mean, I'm not claiming to know everything here, but I think usually, in my experience, that's usually I think when the bigger games kind of come out. I mean, you look at last year, Destiny came out in the last closing part of the year.
Yeah,
I mean, that was record shattering, that game alone. So
yeah.
things like that. I know that Halo 5 is supposed to come out this year. That's slated towards the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
That looks pretty cool. Kind of
Halo's-
excited to see that.
Halo is a big series. Same kind of pedigree there.
For things that are new and weird, I'm excited for Splatoon. Saw a bit of that at E3 last year, and that was so cool to see something different from Nintendo that I did not expect.
Well, different from anybody. Like,
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Once again, I just think they're tapping into like something deeper than a gritty aesthetic or a narrative or traditional gameplay, and finding something that could be really fun and intuitive and looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
Maybe more on that later. I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe a new episode, because I'm sure I could talk a whole bunch about that. One thing that I do want to mention that did not come out this year, it actually came out quite a while ago, Shovel Knight. I did not play this game when it came out. Heard about it, thought it looked pretty cool, did not play it. Played it later, and then was blown away.
huh?
Did not realize how cool it was actually going to be till I sunk my teeth into it, and it was incredible. Looking forward to that content that we were promised, though. Free DLC that's supposedly supposed to come out. Hope that comes out soon. I think it might. I think it's possible that it may come out when they release on the Sony platforms. At least I'm hoping, which I think is pretty soon, within the next couple months or something. Hoping to see that. Hope we see that. Titanfall. I know that was something that I thought was really cool. That did not quite deliver.
Concept great.
Concept was fantastic. Had a lot of fun with it. And then that was about it. Like it did not have enough. But the concept was cool. And I'm excited to see if we see more of that this year. If maybe they have a new game or something. I don't know.
Like more content or something.
Right, exactly. But I'm keeping my eyes out. Keeping my eyes out for that Titanfall respawn. So get on it. And then the Division, which was announced 2 years ago, I think. Can't remember exactly. But One thing that I think is super interesting about The Division is Destiny coming out last year.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I'm tying these two together is Destiny had this kind of new thing where it wasn't an MMO. That's not what it was at all. But it had a sort of persistent online element to it.
So like elements of...
Yeah, elements of an MMO. Which I think The Division, that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, from the trailer that I've seen.
Yeah, and Destiny, because it was so new and different, I'm interested to see... I think that Destiny is kind of our first look into this new type of game. And I'm interested to see how The Division is like Destiny. I'm not saying it's going to be like Destiny, but I'm kind of wondering if we're going to see more of that in the future. That this kind of new style of like co-op kind of stuff.
As like a groundbreaking experience, and then maybe something like The Division is going to gain more traction because of the way that was paved before or something. Yeah, I can see that.
I hope so. And then, I mean, game-wise, I'm sure there's plenty of stuff to look forward to. E3 hasn't happened yet. We're going to get a bunch of news on that.
And I'm sure we're going to do a podcast.
Yeah.
Peter's going to do a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
He will do one.
Just me.
E3,
it'll be great. Don't look forward to that. Sure we'll see another Assassin's Creed this year. We always do.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on from games, we'll talk about something that I'm into. I don't know how... TV.
Yeah, I don't watch many TV shows, and the ones that I do watch, I'm not up to date enough to care about stuff that's coming out this year. Except for unless Sherlock comes out this year, which should have done my homework. I don't know, but if it does, then that's something I'm looking forward to. But yeah,
I am sort of in between TV shows right now, to be honest. I used to watch a lot of TV shows. Most of those TV shows I watch now are gone, but and then now the one that I'm still currently following mostly would be Parks and Recreation, which they're on their final season, just started today or yesterday. I think it's today. Just started their final season today. Kind of sucks. Really like that show, but I'm sure it'll be great. I mean, all the Parks and Rec seasons have been great so far. Looking forward to seeing how they conclude it.
Finish strong.
That'll be interesting to see. I know that I want to say that Heroes is maybe supposed to come out this year. The new
Heroes?
The new series of Heroes.
Interesting.
I have no idea what it's. I have no idea what it's supposed to be. I don't know if anyone does. I don't think we've really heard that much about it.
Yeah.
Did we get a teaser for it? I think we got a teaser that was just the title, Heroes. I can't remember.
Hey guys.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to see if that comes out this year. I hope it does. That would be sweet.
There you go.
Other TV show stuff. I mean, The Legend of Korra just ended. I think it's final season. Can't remember. Haven't watched the last season. I'll admit it. Have not watched it yet. But I'm looking forward to watching it. I need to. Kind of interested to see if they do anything else in the future. Have no idea if they're planning anything. Hope they are. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I think that's about it for TV stuff. I'm just not following so much right now. But
same. Kind of related at YouTube. I guess you could say those are related. They're both content.
I think
stuff.
YouTube for me is kind of the new.
It's
TV.
the new TV to follow.
Yeah, for me,
you follow channels.
Oh yeah.
And I'm really interested to see how YouTube continues to evolve. We're talking about Rocket Jump. Are they going to be the model for the new type of channel, the one that's like reaching out more to their viewers for like, to be kickstarted, or there's these new funding forms where, like Patreon, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, Patreon, where channels you can like pledge a certain amount of money per video that these channels come out with. So I've seen channels that make like, $5,000-$6,000 from these $1 and $2 pledges from people. And it's a good way to make money for sure, but maybe it will lead to increasing quality of content. Because I'm sure like YouTube partnerships give revenue, but any amount of revenue can like would help to increase quality of shows. And I mean, there are channels that, you know, they're not about quality. They're about getting content out and getting laughs or doing video game run-throughs.
I am kind of interested in this whole like new kind of commercialized feel of YouTube. Usually commercialized stuff makes it not cool. For me at least, it's usually stuff that I don't like because it becomes commercialized. But I think YouTube has done it in a pretty okay way. I think it's mostly due to, I mean, who runs these channels. It's normal people, you know. It's not people that are backed by some corporate entity. I mean, in most cases. It's normal people that want to run things that normal people like. I think that's what's helped it the most.
And there's just like a real feeling of transparency when it comes to YouTube, because especially when channels are really involved about, like, I don't want to say exposing their normal lives, but like showing that there are normal people behind. And maybe I've seen it like corporate sponsored videos where they do, you know, like we shot this with the Sony cam or whatever, or they feature like a product, but they also give creative freedom to the directors or the channel itself. And so there's still
one person I would say, or two people group that I would say that I really like that is that Rhett and Link. Good Mythical Morning season 7 started yesterday. If you haven't watched that, go watch it, because I love that show. I love Rhett and Link in general, but I think that they do a really good job of commercializing stuff. They do it in a cool way where it's still Rhett and Link, but they make it, I guess it's sort of that comedic element that still makes it fun. It's not a commercial necessarily. You're watching Rhett and Link do something that they're obviously getting paid to do, that's fun to watch. And if it's fun to watch, it's okay. I mean, even if you're not necessarily into what it is, I mean, it's still fun to watch. I like that they do it that way, and I like that they do these commercial things, as opposed to another person that we both watch, I know, which would be Owen Rogers, who is so against being commercialized. And I like both aspects of that.
And I really respect that, but I also think, like, I have no problem with someone making a living from doing this stuff. And like, taking deals every once in a while to do so. But Owen, good for you. Good for you, Red Link. Good for you, people that are making money doing videos on YouTube.
I have heard about a thing. I've just heard about this. Do not take this as fact or whatever, that there's supposed to be something that YouTube was going to implement. There's a tipping system where you can tip money to the person making the video. No idea if that's true. I think it'd be cool if it was true. Have no idea.
Yeah, I really wonder. Really be like an interesting look at how generous people are.
Right.
Because like, and I think maybe it's YouTube's way of combating some of these like external revenue funding ways. They want to make
or at
sure
least
that they're
capitalizing on
capitalizing on the fact that like people are making money going to like Kickstarter and getting their videos funded, or Patreon, like I was talking about Patreon, whatever the heck it is. But speaking of getting channels funded, we just want to talk a little bit about First Rate Fiction, which is our channel, which sponsors this podcast. We'll say that. We'll say that. We do have some stuff. It's been pretty bleak.
Some stuff.
It's been pretty empty, pretty bleak.
First Rate Fiction with some stuff.
First Rate Fiction coming out with some stuff for the first time in, I think it's been over a year, honestly.
I don't know. I don't necessarily want to know.
And so I'll tell you what we have going on. We've got 3 videos in post right now.
Right, yes.
I'm not going to tell you how long one of these has been in post, but let's just say it's been over a year.
We do stuff. This is just... I feel horrible
sound design.
For saying
anyway,
that, but no.
So one of them is called Monolith. It's a little horror short that we filmed October of 2012. And has... No, 2013. No, it was 2013.
Yeah,
sorry.
Okay.
It's not,
I was like, it wasn't that long ago. Right?
October 2013.
That was a long time, but-
We're like, hey, let's get this out for Halloween.
Oh yeah,
Year and a half later.
it was bad, but it wasn't that bad. Like 2012, I think
That would be bad.
No,
But
2013.
here, 2013.
No, it's that's just that was
So like,
that was
if this was a
yesterday.
feature, you guys
Oh,
would be
yeah.
like, "Oh, cool, you're on track." Well, it was shot off of one page of script, so
Look forward to it.
yeah,
It's
that's
coming.
something to see. We got another one. It's called. Well, it's a public service announcement for certain filmmakers that we know / don't know because they're famous, but we think that they should watch. We've had
They'll watch it.
They should watch it because they need it. There's a third one that's in production / post. It's still got some pickups to do, and it is made by our good friend and First Rate Fiction member Trey Zebley. It's called Extraordinary People. It's a good little comedy short, and we've got one in production currently. It's a script that I wrote, and it is a short. It's a more serious short, and it's called Waiting in the Darkness, and we can look forward to that.
I don't know if I know anything about that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's it's a little short
No,
about.
I read, no,
Did you read the
yeah.
script?
I think I read the script.
Yeah. So I'll just say that it's
I
going
think
to
I read
be.
the first draft of the script.
It's gonna. Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Okay.
So we had a little writing.
it's awesome. I remember it now. It was the best thing I've ever read.
We had a First Rate Fiction writing group over the summer, and we came out with some good stuff that I would love to see filmed.
We still have it. It's still there.
Yeah, well, the writing group kind of disbanded when school started, but I think we could.
No,
Easily,
it's
still a thing.
It's
though.
there.
we have a writing group.
Not active at the moment.
We have a YouTube channel. We have a podcast. We have a writing group.
Oh yeah, it's official.
So anyway, that's something to look forward to.
I would say also, Dylan. Since he's not here, I'll plug his stuff for you, Dylan.
Yeah.
Dylan has been hard at work with his new short. Don't know what it's called. Don't know much about it, to be honest.
Yeah. I think I'm in it.
Are you?
I think I was. Is this the one with the two guys?
Oh, no.
Is
Okay.
it a
Yeah,
different
so
one?
he has two things. He has one that he's currently, I think they're almost done with filming, that he's actually, I don't know if I should say this, he's putting in a couple film festivals. I mean,
Go, Dylan.
oh yeah, that's awesome. Hope to see some cool stuff come from that. We wish him the best of luck. The one that he's putting in the festival looks, I mean, I haven't seen it. Sounds pretty cool. I'm excited to see if that goes somewhere.
Yeah.
And then he also has the other project, the one that I think you were talking about.
And I don't know the name of it, but
That one's a little bit on hiatus just so that he can finish this current one. As soon as it's done, he'll pick that one back up, and we'll hopefully see that short from him soon.
Awesome.
Excited to see that one. I've done a little bit with that one. I think it looks awesome.
Sweet.
So, and then also Bond, his third Bond movie. He's supposed to start this year, I think. I don't know how much I think he's written some stuff for it. We know that his partner Mac gets back this year. Bond
himself.
Oh yeah. So we'll see if we'll see when that is supposed to be done or start.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what his schedule is on that, but excited to see it.
We want to have him come on and do a podcast about what makes a good
Bond
film.
It'll be great.
And because has quite a bit of experience.
We
and
do.
there's a weird
Oh, yeah.
I shouldn't call it weird. Sorry, Dylan. There's a subculture of Bond fan filmmakers that is very tight knit, and I didn't know existed, but apparently does.
And it's awesome.
And
And not always what you expect.
Yes.
I guess would be a good way of putting that.
Yeah. So anyway, those are some things we're looking forward to this year. As far as this podcast, continue to look for good content coming from us. Some future episodes we're thinking about / some future episodes that we may
They're
or may
coming
not
up.
have
Coming right around
slated
the corner.
Right around the corner.
Oh yeah.
Misheard by Ben.
Oh yeah. This one I'm personally looking forward to. Misheard by Ben. It'll be great.
We have WWNR, which is What Would Nolan Do, which is where we discuss what Christopher Nolan could do next.
And you're also
what he
doing
has done.
Interstellar with that, yeah?
Yeah, and I might combine that into an Interstellar discussion podcast, although I might even do that separately.
We'll see how that goes, yeah.
And then another to look forward to, favorite dystopian societies.
Fictional.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, I don't know. I like the Dark Ages, personally.
I'm kind of excited to do that.
Yeah, there's a lot to choose from, so we can have some good discussions.
So look forward to that stuff.
So yeah, and
we'll keep doing this weekly thing.
Yeah.
This is also pretty well. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe it'll be more. So look out for it.
Because 52 weeks isn't enough.